Day 18 of Heel.Sit's Train Your Dog Month series. Today we are doing wraps. To start with, I'm going to be turning my feet each direction that I want her to go, and the only real criteria is that she goes around the cone. Notice I have my back up against a wall so she can't sneak behind me, and the cone is really close to my toes. As she's getting the hang of this, I'm just going to start turning my upper body, and then I'm going to start maybe just turning my head and looking at the spot on the floor where I would like her to go. I'm going to drop the treat right when her nose passes the cone. So the minute her nose gets to the side of the cone that I want her on, I'm going to drop the treat. I just want her moving back and forth around the cone, and as that's going well, I'm going to scoot the cone away. This game shows up in a lot of areas of training, especially for sports, but I think it's really beneficial for dogs that are just trying to be pets and live a full life as well. It's a really good game you can play inside in a small space, and there's just a lot of different uses to it. It's going to get your dog using their body and their brain, and you're going to see some creativity come out. You notice now that the cone's a little further away, she's trying to slip between me and the cone, and then here she does a nose target on the cone because we've been doing a lot of targeting. I simply don't reinforce the behaviors I don't like, and then I might help her by putting my foot in that gap the first few times just to kind of encourage her to go out and around. Now, I don't want to do this abruptly to scare her. I don't want to hit her. And Chloe's going to let you know if she feels uncomfortable. She's going to hit the ground and scream if she runs into my foot. So I'm going to be very careful there just to gently block that space until she understands that she needs to go out and around. And then as it's going well, I'm just going to keep moving the cone further and further away. Eventually this could be on the other side of the room. I could be doing multiple cones and doing figure eights. Lots of different things to get her moving. It also really gets her paying attention to where I'm looking and gets her moving with me so that she understands, oh, I just move back and forth. This is where she's looking. This is where I should be. So there's a lot of communication happening here and a lot of de-stressing because it's just a simple moving game. At home, you could use a hamper, you could use a small trash can, anything that your dog can go out and around. It does not need to be a cone. You can get creative with it. Eventually you could have a mixed use of things. So you could have a hamper and a trash can and a cone, all kinds of things for your dog to go around. Just add space slowly, and if they're getting confused, then you've probably gone a little bit too far too fast. This is a sped up version of my dogs doing this exercise at a more advanced level, where we're actually doing a barrel racing pattern. I'm having them figure eight the cones. I'm standing quite a distance away from that furthest cone. It's working on directionals. I'm using a left cue when they should be going left and a right cue when they need to be going right. I'm also signaling a little bit with my arm just to help them, but I'm trying to fade that out so they can just understand that direction using just my verbal cue. These kind of wrap games have a lot of different uses. Number one being that my dogs can go out and move their bodies a little bit inside where it's nice and warm and dry when the weather sucks outside. But it's also how we start a lot of different agility behaviors and a lot of other steering behaviors. So this is just a really useful game that starts very simply with just one cone or hamper in your living room, teaching your dog just to go back and forth. And you really want to just see them gain a lot of confidence in that they're just very happily trotting back and forth around the cone, that they're not having to think about it too much. It should be very low stress and low pressure at that level. And then even at this level, I want it to be pretty loose and fun. We're not getting too tight and wound up about this. I want this just to be something that they can do, that they can enjoy, and that they have a good understanding of. And then I can use it to teach other things. Like I said, the directional. I could then slip an actual jump or a tunnel in there because it's essentially just the same exercise. We're just changing out the equipment at a more advanced level.